Hi, my name is Meza and this is a super quick Satisfactory tutorial on over and underclocking in Satisfactory. On my latest playthrough of Satisfactory on Twitch, I have taken to the habit of underclocking my machines instead of leaving them on 100%. I've been getting a lot of questions regarding my choices, so I've devised a little show and tell to explain. A common misconception is that 10 machines on 100% is the equivalent of 5 machines on 200% overclocking. Let's put that to the test. Here are 3 rows of machines. The middle one has 10 machines on 100%. That's our control. The left row has 5 machines on 200%, while the row on the right has 20 machines on 50%. Each row smelts 300 iron ore a minute and outputs 300 iron ingots a minute. In that regard, each setup is completely identical. 200% overclocking with half the amount of machines produces the same amount as twice the amount of machines on 50%, compared to the control, 10 machines with 100%. Let's see how the power consumption looks like. The baseline for the controls is 10 machines using 4 megawatts each, totaling 40 megawatts. So it stands to reason that for the same amount of input and output material, we'd use the same amount of power, right? If we distribute the 40 megawatts for the 10 machines among the 5, which is the number of overclocked machines, we can expect the power consumption of each machine in the 200% row to be 8 megawatts, right? Because 5 times 8 is 40, which is the total, so that means that processing the same amount of items uses the same amount of power. Let's see. Surprisingly, one 200% machine requires 12.1 megawatts to operate instead of the expected 8. But why? Turns out that overclocking doesn't modify the power consumption in a linear fashion like it does with processing. This means that instead of using 40 megawatts to smelt 300 iron ores, we're using 60.5 megawatts. Now let's see what the figure is on the opposite side of the spectrum. Here we have 20 machines all downclocked to 50%. Shockingly, instead of the expected 2 megawatts, each machine uses 1.3 megawatts, which makes the smelting of 300 iron ore a minute use up only 26 megawatts. So downclocking to 50% makes the individual power usage go to 1.3 megawatts, while overclocking by 200% makes the individual power usage go to 12.1 megawatts. So what's the formula? The power usage can be calculated by taking the initial power usage and multiplying it by the 100th of the clock speed on the power of 1.6. I know that's a mouthful. If you want to dig deeper into this, go check out the Satisfactory wiki on overclocking, linked in the description below. You'll find all the formulas there. So what does that all mean? Well, it gives us options. If power is a concern and you're not concerned about the number of machines, underclocking even a little bit goes a very long way. If you want to minimize the number of machines you use, then you better be prepared to produce a lot of power. If you're just playing casually, take this above knowledge, put it in your toolbox, and only overclock miners and other extractors. Share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.